Should you summon Dan or should you not? And specifically, should you summon part 1? Starting with the man himself, Okarun. I think this is an easy character to decide if you want to go for or not. He is very similar to that of Summer Miyu if you've been playing the game for a long time, and he's going to be able to do pretty much everything Summer Miyu does, but even more stuff technically, as he's able to be ran alongside Summer Miyu, and there's a lot of avenues that Okarun opens up, not just with the damage department, but also in different team composition ideas, thanks to his passive 30% DR buff that he gives to the entire team. I was discussing this with my YouTube chat yesterday, and one of the teams that we came up with was a team that consisted of Saitama and Kenshin along with Okarun. I know this seems really out of place since Okarun is a earth spirit and not even a human, but if you think about it, this is like a supercharged team specifically for the man Saitama. If you run this team, you instantly have about 50% DR. You throw in another human character at the very end, so you have a longer duration on Kenshin's DR, and then you have the active DR effect of Saitama's 30% DR, meaning that the team should be overall protected for the most part. Now the thing is, I don't think this is the best team you can put Okarun on, but this is just an example that we came up with. Definitely one of his best partners though, if you have her, will be Summer Miyu, because the amount of additional damage buffs you get every single wave with those two on the team is going to be absolutely nasty, especially if you decide to run the mines with these characters whenever they come back. Now one big caveat to this character is that he does not have any built-in crit or any built-in defense ignore. You're going to want to run him with some type of crit buffer, which thankfully, since he is a earth character and he's on mono earth, you can use him with War God Finn. But I will say I personally would prioritize a crit buffer over a crit res down character, just because he's gonna insta clear every single wave, and if you're using a crit res down character, then you're gonna have to constantly reapply that crit res down. However, you can also get away with using True EXK on Okarun to give you that additional crit rate, and not only to himself but also the entire team for 15 seconds. So to put it simple, Okarun is pretty much a unit that you can slot in damn near anywhere, since he's so self-sufficient and he's so capable of giving you all this additional stats and damage. You can run him on any physical team in the game and he'll actually be a good unit in that slot. It's never going to be a bad thing that he is there. Unfortunately, he has no AoE arch he can give to the team, so if you're brand new, he's kind of a little bit lacking in that regard to support. He makes up for that since he has that 200 arc gauge every single wave. So who cares if you're not arch genning if you're already going to have all the arch you need. That's pretty much all I have to say about Okarun, at least at this current moment. Until I can get some actual playtime with him, I'll go even further in depth, but for right now, that's all I can really say on the surface level. He's going to be really good in multiple team comps, very good farmer, extremely good helper rewards unit. Overall, it's going to be a fantastic character. But what about Momo? Momo is a character that I think will be absolutely slept on in this crossover. The fact that she's able to apply a DR buff to the entire team that is a unique DR buff that you can stack with other active DR buffs like Saitama, Beta, Senki, all these other characters. Another thing, this character is actually giving equipment CT speed to everyone, which is really good considering that she has a 5-star defense slot, and she is giving you a bit of arch gen with that art as well. I would have loved for her to have just a tiny bit more support in the kit, but unfortunately they didn't do that. Another thing that I don't like about Momo is the fact that she does not have any kind of support slot for the team. Even at LB7, she only has a heal slot. It's gonna kind of suck if she's one of your only arch geners, which is why I'm referring to her as a flex unit. She's like the last character you put on the team. Let's say you have Ultimate Paladin Roy, you have Hoka, you have Beta, and you're like, oh, I'm fighting Demon Boss. Let me throw on Momo for that bit of additional DR. So thinking about her in that way, you're going to be able to get a lot more uses out of this character than just looking at her and trying to build a team dedicated to her, because you may just be like, oh, it doesn't feel that good if she's the main focal point. Not saying that she's necessarily bad though, but definitely needs a bit more units at your disposal to get the most use out of her compared to someone like Okarun that you can slap on any team and he's gonna be fine. Which now leads us to the verdict, ladies and gentlemen. Should you summon on this banner or should you not? If it has not become clear yet, absolutely this is a crossover that is worth summoning on, at least part 1. We have to see what GG and Ira is gonna be, but part 1 looks really good with Okarun. If you're able to get Okarun as a brand new player, that is going to be a insane power spike to your account, especially if you can maybe do the crossover missions and actually ascend him. He is going to be able to hard carry you through a lot of pieces of content, possibly majority of the story as well. As for Momo, if you're brand new, she's also going to be able to help out. So it wouldn't be terrible if you were brand new and got both of them, but definitely the big one you want to get is Okarun. Hopefully part 2 is going to be bringing y'all another character that is going to be insane. Outside of new players, if you're a vet, I think it's pretty clear Okarun is going to be a fantastic unit for you as well, especially if you're someone that loves Summer Miyu. The only reason I would see you maybe not summoning on this banner is if you're happy with your Summer Miyu and you don't think Okarun is going to be that crazy, or you feel like Okarun is just going to be specifically a Mind unit, and at that point you could just use him as a friend unit and you don't actually need to summon for him. You also can think about waiting till you see the part 2 characters, also waiting to see how all these units perform after everyone gets their hands on them. Since there's so much possibly coming out within the next few months on Grand Summoners Global, it's going to be a very crazy on your crystals. So definitely really think about this before you summon, but I personally would recommend that you do try to go for Okarun. Maybe not go for Pity just yet, because especially if you're a paying player, we're going to be having half offs like usual. And not to mention, we still don't know what the part 2 units are. So if the part 2 units look really good and you want to go for both of them, it will be more beneficial for you to summon on that banner and then Pity Okarun, so that way you can summon on the part 2 banner, acquire the Pity currency, and just grab Okarun like that. Either way though, everybody should bare minimum do their guaranteed multi. As for me, your boy will be summoning on this banner, and we will possibly be doing a video. We're not going to be doing a live stream because this video is going to be a pretty special one. If you've been a fan of the channel for a long time and you enjoyed the older collab summon videos. But that's all I'll say for right now. Either way though, thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been your boy P. Tell me down below if you're going to be summoning. If you're going to be summoning, I wish you the best of luck. And if you're not going to be summoning, hey man, I wish you the best of luck when you eventually do. Either way though, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you all again so much. And last not least, you guys already know, don't forget to drink water.